Hello, good evening. So, I asked if people wanted to see me go through the Atlas Fountain Pen Day sale catalog, and the answer is overwhelmingly yes. So, we are going to go through the sale catalog for Fountain Pen Day over at Atlas. It is a pretty massive catalog this year, and I do have my eye on a couple things. As of a couple hours ago, my commission has been processed for affiliate credit, and so I said last night I wouldn't be shopping, and that has changed because now I have money to spend, so I will be shopping a bit more than I thought I was going to. So, leave any questions you have in the chat, and I would love to hear what you are looking at this Fountain Pen Day. I normally don't participate because it's just after my birthday, but I have until January 15th to use up all my Atlas credit, and so I think we're gonna spend some not live on the stream, but I will sort of take you through what I'm picking up this year. Uh, so hello, everyone. David, you're back. You were here very late last night. Our stream was very long last night, but it was a good time, I think. Uh, I hope you enjoy your first Kaweco pen. I love them. I have a whole bunch. My mom says I collect them like they're jelly beans, and I do. They're one of my favorite pens on the market. You're at Atlas. I am so jealous you're there, or you're heading there, I believe. And I did see that in the Atlas affiliate group chat, and I was very jealous. I don't have that sort of credit saved up, but I do have, I think, pilot credit saved up. So, well, I won't be picking up anything that fancy this year. I will be picking up something or a couple things. What nib do I enjoy on a Kaweco? I like a medium and I like a double broad. I think their fines are lovely. I think their broads are meh. But if I'm going to use a Kaweco, I'm going to use a medium or I'm going to use a double broad, or I'm going to use a nib that I've gotten a specialty grind on, which I do have for Kaweco nibs. Also, I realize I haven't said we're sitting at the watercolor desk today, or the desk I foam my hands on when I paint, mostly because I wanted to. This desk has a much comfier chair. It's got a lazy boy. And after the 2.5 hour, or I guess it was a 2 hour stream, and then we hung out for another half hour after stream, I didn't want to sit in my desk chair again today. So we are hanging out at my other desk, and I'm greatly enjoying the fact that I get to chill with my lazy boy. So let us flip over to Atlas, and I will share my screen. Share screen. Window. Share. There we go. I would agree that the double broad, I think, is the best nib that they do. I have had one of mine inked for years and have not cleaned it with the glitter, which you can't do with a lot of pens. Oh, okay. So this could change things. I've built a theoretical cart, as you'll see in the top corner. I've got 11 things currently sitting in my cart. Depending on what nibs of the 3776 go on sale and what M800s go on sale, that could change how I spend my money. Yes, there will also be a store-wide code, and I think the 3776s and the 800 are the last thing to drop. Or they're the last thing that they told us about that were coming out, but they haven't told us colors of the M800. Ooh. So I really wanted the Platinum Mach-E Sakura. I've wanted it for a very long time. And I it appears like it's already sold out. So let's click on shop the sale. Apparently, other colors of the maki are now sold out. For the fun of it, okay, do we sort this by high to low or low to high? Let's make a poll. All right. You guys have 2 minutes to decide. I also realized I'm still sharing my screen and you can see YouTube. Honestly, there isn't much information other than the fact I have finally figured out how to turn off ads. So there will be no ads during this, which also means I will get no AdSense while this is live, but uh, whatever. I think it's more fun that way. So high to low is like starting with celery. Not untrue. Looks like overwhelmingly we are voting high to low. So let's go high to low. Starting with St. Dupont, Game of Thrones. I love this pen, I'll be honest. It is incredibly extra and I utterly adore it. I'm not a Game of Thrones person. I love that it can be a fountain pen or a rollerball. And I think it's great. Would I spend is this I believe this is in USD. I think I still have this laptop in USD. I do. Yes. So prices are in US dollars. It's not open any of that stuff. Uh I love it. I don't love it 2,800 USD. If I was gonna spend that money, I'd get the Trojan horse pen and have an absurd Trojan horse on my desk. Montegrappa Albert 2, again, great pen, not my style. The M800s are up, but not on sale yet? Question mark, I believe. They're in the doorbuster section, they're not on sale. This could really change things. For me, I'm a big fan of the M800 black and blue. Like a big fan of the M800 black and blue. The issue is I've never actually looked at them seriously enough to know what nib size I want. I wanna say they're gonna be 500. If I remember the stream correctly, I think they're 500. Which is incredibly tempting. My issue is I've never spent enough time looking at them to know what nib size I want. So, they have the black and blue silver trim, the gray with a silver trim, the black with a gold trim, black and blue gold trim, and black and green gold trim, followed by Visconti Homo sapiens. I believe if I remember the stream correctly, they are $500 for an M800. Couple Homo sapiens. I don't ever oh, it's an Origins Air pen. Okay. Just about to say, I don't remember ever having seen that. Lotus is already out of stock at $650. Ooh, okay. So maybe I get an extra fine? We'll see. We'll see what they actually come down to. 6 PM Eastern, so that's 15 50 minutes from now. Visconti Opera Masters, again, 650. I don't love how the Opera Master sits in my hand. For whatever reason, it's weird. And then I'm on to Grappa. And the dragon e-resin that a lot of smaller makers use. Yeah, I would agree. None of the Opera Masters designs speak to me. It's not that I dislike them. Um, I think I'd like them as that acrylic as a pocket pen. Like this one here really reminds me of Dune from Colotino. I'm sure I'd like this as a pocket pen. I find it too much as a big pen like that. More platinums. They've got the tan, they've got the green, they've got the red. I always wish the red was more like, I always wish this amount of red covered more of the pen. I wish it was more red. It's not red enough. You're not gonna let me flip through photos? Oh, you are. Sometimes. Like, it's just, I'm sure it looks more red in person, but it doesn't scream red online. And I don't love that. An Aurora M400s. So the blue M400. Ooh, okay. So apparently it shows more in sunlight and it changes over time, which is appealing. I do like a good red pen, but I don't know. There are lots of possibilities. Urushi is so hard to photograph. And that's the thing. Like, I know Urushi doesn't photograph well, and so I'm never gonna judge Urushi based off how it looks online. It's always something I like to see in person. More St. Dupont pens. I have to say, I like this pen. Like, I like this pen way more than I thought I would. My issue with it is, I hope there's a better picture of it. There probably isn't. Don't have a question, Atlas. Is if you look at the grip, I don't know how that level of texture on a grip would make me feel. I don't know if I'd like it. I don't know if I'd hate it. It seems very textured, but I might be fine with it. So it is a very pretty pen. That being said, it's also down to $400. It was a $975. They also only have it in a medium. But I love the gradient of color. That is a possibility. It's not a big possibility, but it is a possibility. Okay, by fairly heavy, what are we talking about? Because, like, this little thing, this little Colotino brass, which I love, is like 68 grams. I'm okay with a heavy pen. My issue is when a heavy pen is not well balanced. So, if it's a well balanced heavy pen, I'm fine with it. We got some more Auroras. I think we had one of those up here. Oh, we did. This is like a, oh, it is called, I was going to say, it's like a koi pattern, and it's called koi scales. Apparently, it's an Atlas exclusive. I think all the Atlas exclusives are on a pretty significant sale. There's more of them. I've never been a big Aurora person. There's just nothing about them that really excites me, and I'd say these are all the same, other than this red one. I really like this red one. Okay, so it's the same as this, basically. Except to use this, you basically have to use it posted, and so it's always 68 grams. It's also my favorite fidget toy. Back to Pelicans. M600, red and white. And Warm gray. Does that have a green ink window? It does have a green ink window. See? If it had a black window or like a dark gray ink window that matched its trim, that would be one thing. But I don't like the green. I don't understand the green. More St. Dupont and platinums. So these platinums are here and they're not labeled doorbusters yet, but I have a feeling in the next, oh, we already know they're going on sale. So here's my thing. I love my platinum 3776. I want to know if music nibs are going on sale. And in 44 minutes, I will find that out because I talked about this last night, I really want a platinum music nib. So if one of these lovely pens goes on sale with a music nib in, an hour, that one doesn't even come with a music nib as an option. The next question is, does Atlas have any music nibs in stock? Not looking good yet. Black and diamond. Okay, so I could get black and silver with a music. Do you come with a music? Don't think you do. No, you don't. See, I love the coarse nib, but do I need a second coarse nib? No. Diplomat arrow. Love the diplomat arrow. I have one that I still haven't done a video on that the diplomat team sent to me after Yost and I did something with them for on his channel. What's this? Nope. I might strike out here on music nibs because Atlas might not have them in stock. Which will again, nope. Okay, so chartreuse blue will have a music nib. What about this one? Gold and burgundy. I'm not against the gold and burgundy. And black and gold. All right. Why are you hoping for the music nib? So the funny thing is I hate stubs. It's well documented I hate stubs. I love a Salem music nib. And I tried the platinum music nib at the Chicago Pen Show and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I've tried the Pilot music nib and I also really like it, which is so funny because I hate stub nibs traditionally. There's just something about a music nib that I really, really like. That being said, I think Platinum's music nibs tend to be about $100 more than their other nibs. So in the gold right now, a normal nib is $240. And it's $304 for a music. And sometimes I've seen it as much as $100 US more. So if music nibs go on sale, that would change this card up here. There are many things that could change this card up here in the next couple hours. I've got things set as like placeholders of like I might get them, but there's no like absolutes in my cart right now, I would say. Difference between a course and a music. A music is very flat and sort of stub-like, but way nicer to write with than a stub. A course is like writing with, and I don't have one on my desk, like writing with a normal Sharpie. So you've got a whole lot of tipping and you're just like putting down ink. I love both of them. They're great. And I don't actually know that I've got a favorite between the two. But I do almost always have my course nib inked up, even if you're not seeing it in inked up videos, because it's fun to play with. It's one of those pens that's just really enjoyable to write with. And and I genuinely really enjoy my platinum 3776. So even if, I end up getting it in black and gold or black and silver, which would match black and gold would actually match the music I already have. Black and silver wouldn't, but also black and gold would match my Mont Blanc. It's about the same size as my Mont Blanc. It actually looks pretty similar. I would be totally okay with that because I like the nib so much that it wouldn't bug me to have to open multiple pens to find the nib I'm looking for. So I think they're great. I would agree. A good tipped stub nib are very different to an off-the-shelf Yovo stub or other untipped stub nibs. Like, I wish I'd thought to, find my music nib. It's somewhere in my office, but I love the Sailor music nib. It's so good, and if you go to my Sailor video from June, I believe, it should be there. It's either May or June that I did a video of all my Sailor pens, and we talk about the music in there. So here's the thing. I think in the silver trim, the music nib costs more. And I might be wrong, but let's look. I seem to remember it costing more. Yeah, $336. So it's 304 in the gold, in the gold trim, and it's $336 in the silver trim. So it's really going to come down to what they go on sale for, because there's no guarantee that this is going to go on sale for as much as I want it to go on sale for. Like the course is the same price. The music's a lot more. The music, in my opinion, though, is a lot nicer well, I like both the course and the music. Platinum, in my opinion, in the 3776 does not make a bad nib. I've written about them for Gold Spot. I wrote about believe the Ultra Extra Fine for Gold Spot because, in my opinion, they just don't make a bad nib. They're fabulous. All right, where are we at? Ooh, Maquies. Okay, so these are all stunning. This is my favorite. I think this is a lot of people's favorite. It's the Cherry Blossom. I've wanted it for such a long time. I fell in love with it, and I think Gold Spot had them about a year ago, and I fell in love with it, and I didn't get one. And I've seen them at shows this year, and I didn't get them at shows this year. I utterly adore it. I wish there were more reviews on the pen itself. It's hard to find out what the nib is like compared to other platinum nibs, but I think if it came in stock and I had the money for it, I would still probably end up getting it because I do really like it. Yeah, I know, which is sad. It's a stunning pen, but I get why they wouldn't launch it if they didn't have enough pens to launch it, especially with how popular it seems to be from what I'm hearing from other people. It really does seem to be one of those top pens of this fountain pen day is this series of pens. Oh, that's good to know. So all the hobbies, which is her name is slipping my mind, which is really funny. I've interviewed her before. Ha ha ha. Oh, this is such a brain injury moment. Kimberly, thank you, Lucas. Is absolutely fabulous. But hopefully at some point, either Atlas gets them back in stock or Gold Spot does, and then I'll probably pick one up if I have the money. All right, Diplomat Arrow in green and in midnight blue. Mine is the pink, lacquered white, black stripe. So these are all also not listed as fountain pen day. Uh, so affiliate codes in, I believe, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's Thursday, so we weren't allowed to share until Thursday, and today's Thursday, so I'm sharing. Affiliate codes in, I believe it's 6 o'clock Eastern time, go from being 10% off to being 20% off. And Atlas will be running their own sale that will just match what the affiliate codes are. So if you already shop through an affiliate code, as of, I believe it's 6 p.m. Eastern time, but it might be 6 p.m. Central. Let me look. As of 6 p.m. Eastern time, affiliate codes will be 20% off. So same restrictions as normal will apply, but you will be able to save a bit more on some products. And then the sales code will be, I don't know that we have the sales code yet. No, we don't. But affiliate code will be 20% at, my affiliate code will be 20% in 30 minutes. I don't actually, off the top of my head, know. My code's Alexandra 10. That's my code. Like, what's my code? I'm awful at this. But yeah, my affiliate code is Alexandra 10, and there's a link in the description, and there will be a link in the chat momentarily. Apparently my code is Alexandra 10, all caps. So apparently I can't post a link. And this is why people are lovely. Let's pin this comment. Pin message. And pull. Thank you to the people in my community that keep me sane. Also, thank you to the people that use my code regularly enough to know that it doesn't have to be all caps. It's been a day. So let's finish this up. So Diplomat are not currently on sale. I suspect they will go live at 6 o'clock when, we have the next round of stuff. I'm interested to see what they get marked down to, or if they're just not labeled as being fountain pen day, because they do seem to be on sale. Maybe they're normally, MSRP on them is $245, and they're currently $169. So what's that? I guess that's only like 15%. So they aren't quite on sale yet. More diplomats. We are only on page 2 of 6. All right. More diplomats. Montegrappas. You know my feelings, or most of you know my feelings on these couple pens. I have this one, and it is metal into black plastic, and it is already starting to shred. I am quite disappointed with it. So if you have these on your list, I'd just be aware that it is metal into black plastic in the cap, and they don't really last. I think I only took the lid off mine about 6 times before it started to shred, which was super frustrating. We have some Sailors. Some Sailor Manyo Pro Gear Slims. We talked about this one last night. Here's the violet that's not purple, but is a very blue pen. I do love these. I think these are the ones that come in a box set. I have one of these from a past Manyo series, and I think it's fabulous. We have some Atlas exclusives. We have an Edison. We have a Leonardo. I think this Edison's really pretty. It's also very much my colors. I don't think it will be coming home with me, but it is very pretty. We have a couple pens. It's a Leonardo Jonathan Brooks. It's a very pretty pen. I don't need another Leonardo, but I sort of want another Leonardo, which is interesting because I really don't need another Leonardo. But between this and what Clarissa released this week, Leonardos are incredibly intriguing. Also, these deltas. I love the pastel rainbow. I'm just worried about getting one that's muddy. Like this one, the cap seems to be a bit muddy. I think it's the Pastel Dreams rainbow resin. So Sweet Dreams from Esterbrook was in this. Other pens, other brands have used the same resin. I really like it. My concern is that this cap looks quite muddy. Like the colors just aren't as vibrant as I want them to be. And so I'm worried that maybe a couple are like that. I really like my Leonardos. I have two. I have one from Goldspot that was a Goldspot exclusive, and then I have one that came out of Stephen Brown's collection that was a limited edition from Korea. One's Memento Zero and one's Memento Zero Grande. Both are lovely. I have had a replacement nib purchased for my Memento Zero. That was because I experimented with nibs in the first one I got, and I learned that the elastic nibs from Leonardo just aren't for me. I just didn't enjoy them at the end of the day. And so I ended up getting, I believe, a fine nib at DC this year that's Salvador tuned for me. So I quite like it now. All right, another Delta. And then we have the Golden Lapis. I have two other years of this Pelican pen. I have the Rose Quartz and I have a Golden Barrel pen. I like an M200. They're a good pen. They're fun to write with. I enjoy them. Nothing wrong with them. And then we've got some more Viscontis. A Visconti in, ooh. Oh, I do like that. And then another M200. So this is the red marble, which I really like. I like the reflectiveness. I need more pens to be that level of reflective. Like, it's just so pretty. Can all things be that pretty and reflective and sparkly? And then I think we get into some more Atlas exclusives. Hello. I'm, going through the Atlas sale catalog because I can for Fountain Pen Day. Because what else am I going to do on a Thursday afternoon? And they really think I need. How many times have I had to dismiss this now? I've already clicked on I don't need anything a couple times. Yeah, we're looking at pens. Because pens are fun and enjoyable. And in 24 minutes, they will be releasing the next batch of sales, which I believe is the final batch. It is a very insistent help message. I almost think it's too insistent. I've dismissed it so many times that I'm starting to get a bit annoyed because I do not need help. I love this Conklin. If I did not just get one in Empire, I would be considering this Conklin. But I did just get one in Empire. I have to say, the 1898 might be my favorite Conklin pen, and I have a lot of them. I love how it fits in my hand. I love how it looks. I missed out when Atlas did an exclusive in the spring, and It was Galaxy Prime from Jonathan Brooks, and I missed it, and I am so sad I missed it because it was my favorite pen blank. I think this is another Brooks resin. It is, and I utterly adore it. See, that's the thing. Like, it's like a Sears, it's like a Hudson Bay catalog, and they're fun to look through by yourself, but I vividly remember, like, discussing it with friends at recess. What we had seen in the Sears catalog, what we'd seen in the Hudson Bay catalog. It's so much more fun to, especially when it's a catalog as large as this, to talk about it with other people, to have commentary on it, and I wanted to do something a bit more casual. I normally don't do anything for Fountain Pen Day, but I wanted to flip through this whole catalog because it was massive. Ooh. Okay, how were the Yaffa blind boxes? Because I really wanted one, and then I didn't end up getting one. But I do really love the 1898 pen. I think I've got 3 in my collection right now. This is still a potential on my list. We've got some Visconti ballpoints. I think these are the first ballpoints we've seen other than that first one that converted from a ballpoint to a rollerball. I like that the black version oh, no. I was about to say, I like that the black version of this pen is $10 less than the other colors, but no, we've got the ballpoints, and then we've got a rollerball, and then we're back to deltas. You are very lucky from what I'm hearing from other people, because what was it, 3 pens a box? So that is quite good to get 3 fountain pens in one and 2 in the second. Another Conklin, this time as a rollerball. Again, not against it. I don't like the color, but they do have wisteria as a rollerball. I don't have one of these as a rollerball yet. And I do really like the Conklin rollerballs. Do I need it as a rollerball? Maybe. We're going to add that to the list of possibilities. I grabbed a notepad in case I needed to add anything to the list of possibilities. This is the Midori paper block. This is our first contender. And then we have Dream House of Horrors, Golden Abalone. I feel like they've had this pen for a while. The funny thing is with the fountain pen world, a while could be anything from like a couple weeks to a couple months. Golden Abalone again as a rollerball. I don't remember ever seeing these talked about as rollerballs. I feel like maybe I've been living under a rock because the 1898 always come as a rollerball and I've just like missed it. Oh, the Monteverde Regatta in Mother of Pearl. I desperately want the white version of that pen. It is such a stunning pen. I have I believe it's the Santorini Regatta on my desk right now to do a video with, and I utterly adore it. Though mom has already the funny thing is, out of the pens I've currently got on my desk, I think mom has claimed one, Maya has claimed one, and I feel like another family member has claimed one. The number of pens I'm gonna need to keep these days gets progressively smaller. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. I don't love the yellow, but I like this. That's pretty. Oh. So I said I wasn't gonna get a Y Studio. I said I wasn't gonna get one unless they released it in the all brass version. There's something about the all brass Y Studio Classic pen that I utterly adore. Comes in fine and medium. Cartridge converter steel nib. I like the lacquered ones of this pen as well, but there's just something about the all brass version. The Benu Euphoria Wolf Point is on sale as well. Very pretty Benu Euphoria. If I didn't already have a bunch of Benu Euphorias, this is a possibility. But I already have a bunch. Well, not a bunch, I've got a couple. And I don't know that I need another, as much as I love this colorway. I do have this pen already, which is $90? Okay. They're trying to clear out those pens. Those pens are on a crazy good price at $90. I think the lowest I've seen them is like 150. So the fact that they're 90 USD is sort of crazy. And then we've got a couple Piniders. Again, I don't have any Piniders in my collection. Maybe that will change tomorrow. I don't think it will. None of them really spark joy. This is pretty. Is this a cartridge converter? Or is it a piston? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is this pen a piston? All right, David, seeing as you have it, is it a piston? Or is it cartridge converter? It's cartridge converter. All right. Either I am missing that in this description or it doesn't say in the description, because if you look at this bottom part, like that looks like it could almost be a piston nut. All right. It is very pretty. So, Deep Lake was $228 MSRP. It's now $80. It is very pretty. It is very different than what I have in my set. So let's add that to the list, maybe. So my plan was that I was going to do a mix of practical and boring now. I'm now wondering if this next order is just fun stuff and I order practical in January. What is a quill nib? I don't even know what a quill nib is. I don't know that any of these less expensive Piniders. Okay, also the MSRP on these pens is $288 and they're now $90. So I think this style is probably being discontinued. I also like that I've just been waving around a uncapped water bottle. They have cutouts in the gold nib to make it very bouncy. Yeah, these are all steel nibs. We're not looking at gold nib Piniders right now. Maybe later. What is the difference between Deep Lake and J-Dog Smooth? These look... Maybe I'm crazy. Oh no, they are different. They are different. So then the next question is, which one do I like more? Do I like this one that's more pearly, or do I like the other one that has silver in it? Doesn't matter, it's out of stock. Doesn't matter. See, the thing is, Monteverde back in the summer, their lovely social media person sent me a stash of nibs. So I have one nib in every size and every color. And so really for Monteverde and Conklin pens, it doesn't matter what I buy because I can always swap nibs. So I can just buy whatever's in stock. What is Doodle? Oh, I sort of love that. Do they it's out of stock. Of course it is. Of course it is. I really need to pay better attention to labels. Diplomat Viper. I have seen these pens a bunch, and I still am like meh on them. They're not my favorite. They're not my least favorite. I just don't have any real opinion on them. Conklin Misto Purple. I have this in a fountain pen. I love it. I have this sitting on my desk for video. Mine is actually claimed this pen. I have to get through Christmas cards first. I have to be done by tomorrow afternoon. So this is actually my break in between Christmas cards. I've been stamping card backs all day. Zebra Click Art retractable marker pens. This isn't a bad price for a set. It's less than $1 a pen. And I do like the other Zebra products. Conklin Durograph. I had this one. It is now in Mom's collection. I have a couple MP ones. I have the Mocha Mousse. I have the black. I've had strawberry, which isn't here. I have this Innova, and I have this Innova as a roller ball. I don't have any Lammies in my collection anymore. I sold my last Lammy a couple weeks ago. Lammy All-Star, Pelican Edelstein. I have a bottle of that. I have a bottle of Rose Quartz, and I have a bottle of Apricot. Do I have all these Ferris wheel press inks? I have all of them except Serpentine Blooms. It is a very pretty Durograph. Mom really likes it. I did a video on it back in the spring. Honestly, I think the Durograph is a really lovely pen. It's sort of got that old pen aesthetic to it, but with a modern nib. It takes a size 6. I've put some custom grinds in my other Conklin pens. I didn't end up putting a custom grind in this one because it just got a stub nib for Mom. I think she's currently got a gray ink in it. I really like this cracked ice one. I think that looks cool. Sort of like marbly. And I also think this Purple Nights one is really cool. And they're also only $30. They're normally $75. I like them even at $75, but I'd rather get them at $30. Monteverde MP1s, I like these way better than Twisby's. Controversial, I know, but I've had 3 in my studio this year. I only have 2 right now because I sold one back before DC. If I was going to get a third one right now, would get this cool gray color. I think, or coal gray color. I think it's fabulous. So on to, I also really like the Innova Ombre Fusion pens. I think they look really pretty. I think they really stand out. And I think this color as a ballpoint, I think it's a ballpoint, it might be a roller ball, It's what I carry on my show lanyard, and it is fantastic for making notes on the go because at a pen show, you're not always gonna have fountain pen friendly paper for filling out, like, raffle tickets and stuff. It's great to have just a ballpoint or a roller ball that really stands out. So, I really like them, and also, they're fun colors. I don't think you can go wrong. Currently, I have, like, 5 Anovas. I am in the process of culling pens. It's a slow process, but we're working on it. I have all of these Ferris wheel press inks. I will say this is a favorite. I wish it wasn't shimmery. I've used it a couple times where I haven't shaken the bottle. I don't have this pink, but I don't know that even if it was in stock, I would end up getting it. I've got other pinks similar. So I think I would probably hold off. I did really like Blue Revelry. It was the ink of the year this year. I have the matching pen. I think it was a great pen and a great ink. And I think it's my favorite pen of or ink of the year they've done for the past couple of years. I did also really like last year's ink of the year. I didn't love the 2023 ink of the year. This though has been great and I've put it in pens a couple times. On to the last page. Bluebell brushstrokes. I don't have this ink. I do have this ink. I really like this gray. It, as you can see in the picture, has a gray, it's a gray ink with a pink shimmer, which I've really liked. So that's the thing. They are a heavier pen. I'm a fan of a heavy pen. I'm not against it. So I have right now the ombre, the titanium, the rainbow. I feel like I've got one more chilling around somewhere. If I was going out like tomorrow and didn't own any and had to am buying one, I think I'd get the titanium. That is far and above my favorite. It has such a great titanium nib. I love that I can, not use it for a couple weeks and go back to it and it still writes perfectly. And I really like the Monteverde titanium nibs. And they've started, I believe, they've already started to sell them separately. And they're going to be starting to sell them separately in the coming weeks. I'm excited to buy a couple of those nibs and put them in other pens because they are a super cool nib, and I'm hopeful that they will, I know that I'll have to pull a nib and feed because the housing tends not to be compatible between Monteverde and other Yovo nibs. But, the possibilities of putting that titanium nib in other pens is just so exciting to me, and I really love their titanium nib. Lost in the Leaves, I don't think I got this ink, but I think it's just, a standard green sparkly ink. I've got a lot of them from Ferris Wheel Press over the years. Yeah, it looks to just be gray. It's green and sparkly. And then this is one of my favorite inks that they've released in, the past 12 months. Or I guess it might be a bit over 12 months. It's such a pretty purple. And I absolutely adore it. I don't actually know. Let me look at Google right now. So I love that you ended up buying 3. Honestly, they are one of my favorite pens, and I adore the nib in them because it's just such a fantastic titanium nib. So this would load. The ombre is 46 and the formula M is 49 grams. What's the titanium? The titanium is 44. So they are still a heavy pen. Honestly, same. If they had the titanium on Doorbuster, I would buy at least one, maybe two. That's how much I like them. Unfortunately, they are not on sale. I don't even know what they are currently listed at, which seems awful, but I don't know what they're currently for sale at. That's the roller. I didn't even know they came in a titanium roller ball. There's so many options. 108. Okay. Ooh. That Atlas exclusive one, which is not in stock. How old is this pen? I don't remember ever having seen this pen. Oh, it's labeled as coming soon. Oops. Sorry, Atlas team. Yes, in 3 minutes, it will be 20% off. So 108 becomes 85, maybe. Can I math? I don't think I can math. 108 times 86.40. Wasn't that far off. All right. We are very close to stuff actually finally going on sale. So I guess we should look at what I currently have in my cart. I currently have the most ridiculous thing in the world in my cart. This is a sweater for your notebooks. Why do I have this in my cart? Because why not? Will I actually be buying this? Probably not. But I sort of really want it. Oh, it's live. It's gone live early. Well, okay. I sort of really want it. Will I end up getting it? No. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to delete the boring stuff from my cart. We're also going to delete the traveler's notebooks because I can get them locally. I can get a couple locally now, and then I can pick them up later once stuff is on sale. This is how I feel, except no one in Canada is going to be getting it. And so I'm just never going to be able to see it in sale locally. So this is the other big thing currently sitting in my cart is the Colorverse Advent Calendar. Do I need one this year? Not really. Do I want one? Sort of. And it would make good content. So I've been going back and forth. Currently it's sitting in my cart. We'll see what I end up doing. I also don't know about the lavender fog. We will see in a couple minutes what I decide to pick up. So we're gonna sort by nib. Music. Music nibs did not go on sale. Well, I am not picking up that music nib. Did music nibs go on sale in any color? I think the answer is probably not. Nope. don't really want it in blue. Yeah. No. All right. Let's go back to the full catalog. That changes things. What's my... So the thing is, I have to leave space for tariffs coming into Canada. So we're going to leave... I'm going to leave some of my balance. See, that's thrown me off. I had assumed that music nibs were going to be included in the sale. And now I don't quite know what I'm going to do. So I guess let's make a new poll. All right. You guys have 4 options. Let me know your thoughts. I feel so thrown off now. I guess we should go back to high to low. Let's see what the M800s actually are at. They're actually at 500. It's a very pretty pen. It's a very pretty pen. I don't quite know what to do. Okay. Here's the thing. Do we think Pilot is going to get more custom 74 pens? Because I really want this pen. But I don't really want it in a double broad. And I think all that's in stock right now is a double broad. Yeah. A double broad is not the nib I want. But they sold out really quickly, and so I think Pilot's going to restock them. So do I hold off on this pen and throw out the whole card and get an M800? Which was not really an option on the list an hour ago. So here's the thing. I can't use my own affiliate code. And I can't use a code if I'm spending affiliate credit. So I think I want the soft fine medium. As I eat an O. Henry bar, because why not? It is 6 o'clock. So do I throw out this entire cart? Affiliate code does not work on doorbusters, but if you shop through my link, I believe I still get 10% back. And you'll save 20% on anything else you buy. Okay. So I'm going with Pilot's going to restock this pen, and I might regret this decision. Pilot's going to restock this pen. I can't get both the M800 and the Colorverse calendar. How nice is an M800? How's Conklin Deep Lake sold out? It might have in the past 10 minutes. No, it's J-Dog Smooth that's sold out. Deep Lake is still in stock. Will I regret not getting an M800 at 500? And if so, do I go with the black and gold? The Arrow technically posts. I don't post mine. I find it an awkward pen to post. Okay. The next question is what nib size? Because I don't have enough. I hate buying a pen when I haven't played around with the nib size. So it's not that it doesn't post, it's just that it's sort of awkward to hold posted. Actually, I think I have a text from Annabelle that takes me through the line widths in every brand. So let's go to my text thread with Annabelle. I wonder if it sorts by nib thing. All right. Pelican. No, it doesn't sort by type. If I get an M800, I'm throwing out the rest of my cart, and I'm not getting a Colorverse calendar. See, it would be one thing if it's a pen that I know I really like. But I don't know that about this pen. I know that I've enjoyed getting to play around with other people's. But I don't know. So now Google somebody's review on it. I don't know that I love it enough to buy one. If that makes any sense. Give me somebody's review. Sure, the Gentleman Stationers. All right. Otherwise, Diplomats are what, 140 now? Not a bad price. My fear is I get it and I don't love it. And it's a lot of money for a pen that I don't know if I'll love or not. Next question is, have they had a Galen leather restock? That's the thing is, returns from a foreign country are a lot harder. And I'm having to pay duties on everything and tariffs on everything I import into the country. And so I don't think they've had a Galen restock. Because where's the thing I want? This is what I want. The wallet insert for travelers journals, which are out of stock in every color right now. So I think I don't get a Pelican M800. And that's my fear. Okay, we're taking the Pelican M800 off the list. We are putting the Pilot back in the cart. My T key wasn't working. Sort by. Work. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I would like if you worked. I guess high to low. It's not a very expensive pen, but I guess we're sorting high to low. I like that I searched Pilot and a David Oscarson came up. Whole bunch of very expensive pens. I couldn't believe how quickly this thing sold out. That was crazy. Also didn't like it that much. Well, I liked it, but not as much as this one. If they still had this pen, the marble green or the marble blue, those were possibilities. All right. We're going to get this on the double broad, knowing that it's going to get a nib grind on it. Can you scroll down? Apparently my laptop and Atlas are having a moment. We might relaunch Atlas. Shop sale. I'm going to sort low to high because the other pens we were looking at were all sort of on the lower end of the scale. So what am I currently at? Currently at 420. So that's some. Because also I haven't spent my affiliate credit since the Chicago Pen Show. So at this point, it has been racking up for a couple months. Let's go with the Y Studio. I think it's cool. Anyone know what nib they take? Do they take a Schmidt? Do they take a Yovo? What nib does Y Studio use? Is it in-house? Doesn't look like it's in-house, but I could be wrong. According to Google, they are stainless steel number 5 Schmitz. So, what are our color options? We have blue, we have black. All right, I think it's either the navy or the brass, and I'm leaning towards the brass. And I would get it in a medium. All right, I think that's what I'm gonna do. The Colorverse calendar, the London fog, or the lavender fog, knowing that it's gonna get a nib grind, and the Revolve Brass Y Studio. Because I do love a good brass pen. I would love to know what you guys are doing for Phantom Pen Day if you're picking anything up. I do love a good brass pen. So we will see if this is actually what I order. I have a feeling I'm going to place my order in the next couple minutes because I also get to find out if this will cover duties and tariffs. If it doesn't, I will not be placing an order. So we'll see if I can use my credit towards that. And if not, I guess I will be stacking up some more credit for the next little bit. But thanks so much for hanging out this evening. And if you use any of my affiliate codes anywhere you're shopping this weekend, thank you so much. It really does help. And it lets me buy fun products for the channel. Recently, a lot of paper, because that is the thing that I consume the most of on this channel. And I'm constantly going through. And so a lot of the times affiliate credit and membership money goes towards buying paper. But on occasion, it does let me do fun things like buy pens. So I really appreciate when you guys do use codes and support via memberships and all that fun stuff. I hope you have a great weekend. And there is no desk chatter next week. I am away, and the girls have some other stuff going on as well. But we will see you in 2 weeks for desk chatter. So I will see you then. Have a great weekend.